Meanwhile, tonight, a Long Island community is still a crime scene days after an arrest in the notorious Gilgo beach murders. For a third day in a row, police cars and trucks line the street as investigators continue to search inside the home of suspected serial killer Rex Heuermann. Now, a massive collection of weapons have already been removed. NewsNation's Sloan Glass joins us live from Massapequa Park on Long Island. Sloan, neighbors there must be going through a roller coaster of emotions because this part of southern Long Island is rather upscale.
Right. There's a lot of shock in this community, Nick. There's also a mix of relief and sadness. Now, this is just the beginning. Investigators are continuing to comb through Heuermann's home, searching for further evidence connecting him to these serial murders.
Weapon after weapon after weapon caught by our NewsNation crew being taken out of the home of accused serial killer Rex Heuermann.
Rex Heuermann is a demon that walks among us, a predator that ruined families.
Heuermann is charged with the murders of Melissa Barthelemy, Megan Waterman, and Amber Costello. He is the prime suspect in the death of Maureen Brainerd Barnes. They are known as the Gilgo Four. All sex workers, petite, found near each other, bound in similar fashions. Their remains were found while investigators began looking for missing Shannon Gilbert in 2010. The search for Shannon along the marshy stretch uncovered 11 sets of remains, 9 women, a man, and a toddler. For over a decade, the Long Island serial killer case remained relatively cold. The killer using burner phones to taunt victims' families.
Is this Melissa's little sister?
Heuermann worked as the president of an architect firm alongside his daughter and lived in his childhood home in Massapequa Park.
They just kept to themselves. We talked to the neighbors across the street, and we're very friendly around here. Everyone is very close. I mean, we go away on vacation with most of our neighbors, and they did not keep in contact with anybody.
A friendly town where Heuermann was a mystery to neighbors and classmates.
He just said that he was a quiet, man in school, and just very quiet.
A multi-agency task force created last year found an avalanche of evidence. Burner phones used to call victims' families were linked to email addresses created by Heuermann. Child pornography, images of the victims and their relatives, and obsessive searches online of the Long Island serial killer.
In a 14-month period, he had over 200 searches pertaining to the Gilgo investigation.
Finally, Heuermann's wife's hair was found on 3 of the victims, and his DNA left on thrown-out pizza crust matched the profile of hair found on Megan Waterman.
The bail application points to travel logs that show that Heuermann's wife was out of town every time those women went missing. Those travel logs also show that the harassing phone calls being made to Melissa Barthelемy's family stopped when Heuermann was out of the country, only to return again when he got back home, Nick.
Well, Sloan, it looks like the information you just laid out, the details of that forensic evidence will be key in any prosecution that's forthcoming. Sloan Glass, live for us this evening. Sloan, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.